Welcome to another intermediate lesson. The fly we're going to tie today is the Humungus. This is a slightly older pattern which is enjoying something of a revival at the moment, and I think you may find it will catch you a fish or two, particularly on the still waters. So let's crack on. This is a size 6 long shank hook. This fly can be tied with a 6, 8 or a 10, but I would honestly suggest that you stick to a size 6. The weight of this fly is done with chain beading, as you get to fix a plug on the wash basin. Wind it on nice and securely on the top. Turn it round, get a nice grip, like so. And when you feel reasonably happy that it's nice and secure, cut off the excess, the pliers, and turn the bead upside down. In that way, the fly will swim the right way up. Now, what I would suggest you do, if you're going to tie half a dozen of these up, you do half a dozen and put the eyes on first like this, give it a good coating of something like super glue, get half a dozen in hand, and then tie the flies. But we can't do that today, otherwise you'll be here all afternoon. Thread to the bottom of the hook. The tail we're going to do with black marabou. Now, there's an awful lot of flies tied commercially which have got a great big clump of the marabou. If you see the difference in action of the flies in the water when you've got a big clump or a relatively small clump, you'd be amazed. It's a lot more life if you keep it fairly scant. Wet the end, just give it a little twist, lie it on the top shank of the hook, tie it down nice and securely. We're not going to use a holographic flash like so, but about 3 strands. Just like that. Cut it from the main. And what you're going to do is get it roughly in the middle, tie it in. So we've got one side, one half down one side of the shank of the hook, and you do the other down the other side of the hook. Any excess that you've got at the end, as you can possibly see there, just snip it off. Now, to make life a little bit easier for yourself and stop the marabou getting in the way, wet your fingers and just stroke the marabou so it all stays out of the way. We're going to do a little hot spot. This is red wool, green wool, I'm not colourblind. Just do one turn of this, just to create a nice little hot spot. Turn it in, wind it in, chop it off. I would suggest at this point in time that we tie in the hackle. Now, the hackle we're going to use is a grizzle hackle, like so. And we're going to palmer tie this. Bring it down the body, nice and secure. I'm going to tie in now a little bit of silver wire. Silver wire is functional in as much as it does give support to the hackle. And the body we're going to use is something which you can buy from any haberdashers. I forget the commercial name for it, but anything, if you haven't got this, use silver micro fritz. It does the job just as well. In fact, some say it does it better. but the original fly did have this for the body. Just touching turns up to the hackle. Tie it in. Snip it off. And just make sure it's nice and firm. Get your hackle pliers. We're going to, as I say, palm hackle it down. One turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns. Now you take your wire. Gently, the first one's the most important one, get it nice and firm. And just tie it through the hackle, winding it to the front until you get right up to the beads. At that point in time, a couple of turns to secure the wire, snap it off. I would not suggest that you pull your hackle off. You do snip it off nice and gently, otherwise you could end up with a catastrophe. So there's your hackle in place. Pull your hackle back off the bead, and all you'll have to do is to tie the fly off. Using the double half hitch, for which I seem to gain some notoriety on YouTube. 1, 2 should be enough. You wouldn't normally be doing this at arm's length as I am when you do it. There you are. Cut off your thread. And that's the Humungus. I think you'll find it is a good still water pattern for the rainbows and well worth the effort of tying it. So from me, Dave Camis and the team, happy fishing.